She slammed the paper against the door and yelled, "You're trespassing. Pack up and leave now." The black woman froze, holding her keys in one hand, her little daughter clutching her leg. Neighbors peeked out from their windows as Karen puffed up her chest, waving a fake HOA notice like it was a weapon. The woman's voice was calm, but sharp enough to cut through Karen's shouting. "This is my home. You have no right to tell me to leave." Karen laughed bitterly. "Your home? Not possible. I know who belongs here and who doesn't. Don't make me call the cops." She smirked, already dialing her phone, acting like she owned the entire block. The daughter tugged at her mother's sleeve. "Mommy, are they really gonna make us go?" Her voice cracked, innocent eyes wide with fear. The mother bent down, brushed her daughter's hair back, and whispered, "No one can take us from here. Not today." But Karen's shrill voice cut through again. "They'll drag you out by the end of the day. I promise you that." She slammed her heel against the porch as if sealing the threat. The mother straightened up, her face unreadable, her eyes steady on Karen. For a moment, the street went silent, all eyes locked on this standoff. Then she said, with a quiet edge that made even Karen hesitate, "Call whoever you want. Just remember one thing. You don't know who you're dealing with." The neighbors whispered among themselves. Karen stiffened, but forced a laugh, trying to cover the crack in her confidence. Still, the unease on her face showed she had no idea what storm she might have just triggered. Karen's phone was already pressed against her ear. "Yes, officer, come quick. There's an intruder claiming she owns a house that clearly isn't hers." She shot the black woman a smug look, lowering her voice so the dispatcher couldn't hear. "Let's see how tough you act when the cuffs are on." The woman didn't flinch. She leaned casually against the porch rail, almost like she'd been waiting for this exact moment. Her daughter, though, looked worried, clutching her backpack tighter. "Mom, are they really coming?" "Yes, sweetie," she replied softly. "But don't be afraid." Her tone carried a weight that wasn't just reassurance, it was confidence. Within minutes, a squad car rolled into the neighborhood. Karen's grin widened. She waved frantically like she'd just won a prize. "Over here, officers. This woman is squatting in my community. She doesn't belong here." Two officers stepped out, one younger and tense, the other older with tired eyes. "Ma'am," the older cop began, "you're saying this woman is trespassing." "Not saying, stating," Karen snapped. "Check the records. She doesn't live here. I'm HOA president. I know every owner on this street." She crossed her arms, relishing the attention as neighbors gathered on lawns, whispering. The younger officer turned to the black woman. "Do you have any ID? Proof of residence?" She handed him a sleek black folder without a word. The officer opened it, and his expression shifted instantly. He glanced at his partner, then back at her with a mix of surprise and respect. Karen stepped forward, craning her neck to peek. "Well, arrest her already." But the officer closed the folder slowly, then said, "Ma'am, can we speak with you privately?" The woman smiled faintly. "No need for private. You can tell her right here." She nodded toward Karen, who looked suddenly unsure. The officer cleared his throat. "According to county records, this house belongs to her. She's the legal owner." Karen's face drained of color. That can't be right. She just moved in." The woman tilted her head, her voice low but cutting. "I didn't move in. I bought this house 5 years ago." The crowd gasped. Karen's triumphant smirk collapsed into stunned silence. But the woman wasn't finished, her calm eyes burned with something sharper. "You should have thought twice before putting that fake notice on my door." Karen's voice cracked as she tried to recover. This is a mistake. She must have forged those papers. I've been running this HOA for 10 years. I know who buys what." The younger officer raised a brow. Ma'am, we checked the database ourselves. It's legit. He looked at Karen harder now, his patience thinning. Where exactly did you get this notice you stuck on her door? Karen froze. For the first time, she didn't have a quick answer. The neighbors were recording on their phones now, murmurs rising. The black woman folded her arms. Show them, Karen. Tell the police where you got the authority to evict me. Karen stammered, I don't have to explain myself to you. This community has rules, and people like you. People like me what? The woman's voice sharpened, but she didn't raise it. The calm edge in her tone hit harder than shouting. The older cop cut in. Ma'am, impersonating HOA authority, especially filing false complaints, is serious business. You can't just make up eviction notices. Karen's mask slipped, her arrogance melting into desperation. No, you don't understand. She doesn't deserve this house. Look at her, she's just. Before she could finish, the woman stepped forward, pulling a small flash drive from her pocket. Officers, I suggest you see this before she digs her hole deeper. She handed it over. The cop plugged it into the squad car laptop. A video popped up, clear footage from security cameras. It showed Karen creeping up the porch at midnight, taping the fake notice to the door, then laughing to herself as she snapped a photo. The crowd gasped louder this time. Phones were lifted higher. Karen's knees buckled slightly. That's fake. She edited that. But the officer shook his head. Timestamp matches. Cameras registered to the property owner. He gave Karen a cold stare. That's you on the video. The black woman's lips curved into the faintest smile. You should have remembered. I set up surveillance here the day I moved in. Karen's mouth hung open, sweat collecting on her forehead. She had no idea what to say next. But the woman wasn't done, she leaned closer. Her words low enough for Karen, but loud enough for the crowd to hear. And you still don't know the half of it. Karen stumbled back, her voice shrill now. This is harassment. She's lying, she's tricking you all, don't you see it? The black woman didn't move. She looked almost bored, like Karen's panic was nothing new. Then, with a calmness that cut through the chaos, she pulled a leather badge wallet from her bag and flipped it open. The golden shield glinted under the streetlight. The officers stiffened. The neighbors gasped. Karen's mouth dropped. Wah, what is that? The older cop straightened his posture instantly. Detective? He asked, his tone respectful now. The woman nodded slightly. Undercover, Property Crimes Division. And funny enough, fake HOA scams are exactly what we've been investigating. She glanced at Karen with razor focus. Looks like you just volunteered to be our main suspect. The entire street erupted in whispers. Phones zoomed in, capturing every second. Karen's face flushed deep red, her hands trembling. You're a cop. No, this can't be happening. The woman crouched down, smoothing her daughter's hair. Sweetheart, remember when I told you mommy helps catch bad guys? The little girl nodded, eyes wide. The woman smiled softly. This is one of them. Karen screamed, she's lying. She's faking that badge. But before the words could settle, the younger officer confirmed. Dispatch just verified her credentials. She's real. The black woman stood tall again. Her eyes locked on Karen. You tried to evict me from my own house with forged documents and harassment. That's criminal. And the best part? She let the pause linger. I've been gathering evidence on you for weeks. Karen's knees nearly gave out. No, I was just trying to save it. The older cop cut her off. You're coming with us. The neighbors cheered. Some even clapped. Phones kept rolling, ensuring the footage would be all over the internet by morning. But as the officers reached for Karen's wrists, the woman's expression shifted again, calm but unreadable. Don't cuff her yet, she said. The crowd fell silent. There's something bigger she's hiding. Karen's face went pale.